Audio check. Hello, hello. Audio is connected. No, no, I had to change it. I wasn't connecting it. Here you go. Okay, you want to start? Yeah, I think it's just you and me today. Yeah. So go ahead and settle down. Hands in prayer position. Actually, let's do this. Let's sit down. I'll start with some sitting postures. Okay, go ahead and sit in Sukhasana. Bring your mind to focus on the breathing. Make sure your back is straight. Now let's warm up actually. Go ahead and work your fingers in and out. And then rotate your hands at the wrists. So it's very difficult in the morning to get up and get into practice, but that is the thing. As we grow older, more than the body, the mind doesn't want to do anything. So you got to fight it. Otherwise, it really is going to take it over actually. Okay. Now let's just warm up the thigh joints. Keep your feet together. Slowly inhale, raise the knees, exhale down. Okay, do this a few times. And back to Sukhasana. Look over your left shoulder and your right. So the quote I posted from BK Saingar in the WhatsApp group, I think it's a must read. Come back to neutral, exhale down, inhale up, a few more times. And then rotate your head slowly in a circle. There will always be something or the other which seems a priority, but it should never be. Taking care of your health should be your priority. And then in the other direction. Come back to neutral. Work your arms. Inhale, open. Exhale down. In and inhale, open. Exhale, in. So a lot of times, most of the people, they ignore taking care of the body, and then they go to a doctor sometime, and then they find they have an issue, and then they will think, okay, I'm going to spend time working myself against it. But that's the very wrong approach, actually. You got to do your yoga every day, just like brushing your teeth. Rotate your shoulders. And in the other direction. And release. Now let's do the seated mountain. Arms up. Index fingers pointing at the ceiling. Others crossed. Slow breathing. So as you breathe, feel the energy rising and lowering. Notice all the effect it has. So this is what you got to fight against. As you grow older, your body does not function. Your breathing becomes less effective. So that's the reason why you got to pay attention more and more to each of these. And whenever you breathe, always make it a point to breathe through the nostrils. Never open your mouth to breathe. That's the wrong thing to do. You're very susceptible to pulmonary infections if you keep breathing through your mouth. And release. So even if you do the seated mountain, holding it up like 8 breaths, 10 breaths, you might find it hard. Whereas just about 10 years back, that wasn't the case. So it's just because you just haven't been keeping up. Okay, it comes down to almost negligence, actually, that we didn't really spend half hour per day working out or doing some form of yoga, whatever it is. Half hour per day, that's all you need. Okay, now take your hands to the back and hold the right wrist and bend towards the left knee. Come back up. Switch hands at the back. Hold the left wrist, bend towards the right knee. Come back up. Now bring your hands to the front, walk the fingers away, stretching your back, head down, hold and breathe. Back up. Now you can feel your body warming up. Suddenly that laziness is gone from the body. You feel like, okay, I can move, I can do more. So it's just that initial, few minutes you need to spend to shake off that feeling that, hey, I would rather not do today. I would want to take some extra time to sleep or whatever it is. Okay, now let's go back to the bound angle. Let's this time pull the toes up, press the knees down into the mat, sit up as straight as we can, slow, deep breathing. You should almost imagine there is an infinite source of energy within you at the base of your spine, in the bowels or wherever in that region. And as you inhale, you got to, draw upon that. When you draw along with the breath, you disperse it. It rises up, it spreads across the body, you feel energized. So you got to feel all of that every time you breathe. Now inhale, raise the knees once more down as you exhale. A few more times warming up your thigh joints. And release, okay? Now back to Sukhasana. If you can sit in half lotus, or if you can sit in full lotus, or just easy posture, whichever works. Okay. So when you sit in this half lotus or full lotus, you can notice you have that stability, you have that stamina to hold your back up and straight much longer actually. So that's the whole idea behind stability there. Okay, now let's practice Uddayana Bandha. Okay, Uddayana Bandha, you're going to expel all the air from your system and then relax the diaphragm, abdominal muscles, and then suck up the vacuum. You got to retain the vacuum, but you're going to pull up the diaphragm. Okay, let's do that. And when you do that, you can also combine it with Jalandhara Bandha. That means you are going to, without the breath part, just going to push the chin into the base of the neck. Okay, let's go give it a try a couple of times. And release. Now let's try the twist. Okay, half twist. So right hand on the outside of the left knee, turn to your left and back, keep your back straight, Look over the left shoulder. So how do you know your back is straight? If you look down, the base of your neck should be right above the base of the spine. You don't want to lean back, okay? Try to keep that back up and straight. Look over the left shoulder. Slow, easy breathing, working every vertebrae you can. And come back to neutral. Now let's try the same thing on the other side. So left hand on the outside of the right knee, right hand goes back, helps keep the back straight. Look over the right shoulder, breathe slow and easy. And come back to neutral. Okay, so let's get into the boat now. So go ahead and stretch your legs in front. Keep your hands at the back if it helps you. Actually, you can lean onto your elbows and raise your legs up. Okay, so this is a modified version of the boat. So when you do this, try to relax the pelvis here. Because you have the support with your elbow, you don't really need to tighten your abs or pelvis. So let them relax. So let there be flow in there. As you release it, just tap halfway. Okay, stop halfway. Hold. And finally release. Okay, so we're going to do a lot more on the mat. So let's go and lie down on the back and stretch your right leg out. Pull the left knee into your chest. Hold and breathe. Keep both the feet pointing up. So two of my favorite hobbies, one is yoga and the other one is investing, right? Common theme there is you got to be persistent. You got to be staying invested throughout. If you find something going down, you don't jump out of it, okay? So you got to pick something that can sustain itself and stay with it a long time. Same thing with yoga, just got to keep practicing it day in, day out. It's not just once a week. I know it's not easy to practice every day, but that's the thing. I mean, you got to do the difficult thing when it comes to maintaining your health. So in this knee to chest posture, you got to breathe deep. And let's inhale, hold the breath, come up and expel the air quickly like an ab workout. That's a very good posture for your lower back. Let's now switch and pull the right knee into your chest. Hold and breathe. Now Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio is another favorite of mine. He's the first hedge fund manager actually. And he said, in order to be successful in investing, all you have to do is to meditate. Okay? He said that literally the same thing. You got to meditate. So read it however you want to. That's the power of yoga actually, how it helps you focus on certain things. Okay, now inhale, hold your breath, come up and expel the air. Okay, release. Now bring both your feet on the mat, knees, legs bent at the knees. Keep your feet together and drop each knee to its side. Okay. Let your lower back arch up. Use your hands to press the knees gently down. Hold and breathe. And bring both the knees up. Okay, now what we are going to do, stretch your right leg out and left leg is still bent. You are going to drop the left knee to the right side and stretch your left arm to the side, look over the left shoulder. So this is the twist as you lie down, hold and breathe. And come back to neutral. This time stretch your left leg out, right leg bent at the knee, dropping the right knee to the left side and looking over the right shoulder. Back to neutral. Okay, bring both feet on the mat, legs bent at the knees. Okay, now we are going to try the bridge. Inhale, push the hips up, exhale down. Let's try it a couple more times, warming up. So the position of your feet, just make sure you're comfortable. Try to keep that shin as vertical as possible. Okay. And after 3 or 4 times, hold the hips up, continue to breathe. So in this posture, you have to engage the top of your lungs. Otherwise your breathing becomes shallow. Okay. Nice active breathing. Slowly release the hips down. Okay. Now let's go back to a bridge and do a variation. Go back to the bridge and raise the left leg to the vertical. Hold for about 5 to 8 breaths. Release, and then now with the other leg. back, releasing back the hips down. Pull both knees into your chest, lift your head up and rock on the small of your back. Now let's turn ourselves to rest on the trunk. Fold your hands so your fingertips are in line with the crown of the head. Inhale, push the chin out, lifting the trunk without using your arms. Down as you exhale. Couple more times. Now hold and breathe, meaning you want to raise your trunk up, hold the raise, continue to breathe. And now let's engage the arms into bringing yourself up into cobra. So in the cobra, don't use all your force in the arms. About 70% or so. Keep your elbows tucked in, shoulders down, look ahead or up, hold and breathe. And release, okay? Forehead down, take your hands to the back, palms up. Half locust. Inhale, right leg straight up, down as you exhale. Couple more times. And then hold the leg up, continue to breathe. And try the same thing with the other leg. So left leg up, inhale, down as you exhale. Couple more times warming up. And then hold and breathe. And release. Now let's try the bow, right? Bow, okay? So the way you do this is you fold your legs into feet into your legs, let us say that. And then grab hold of the ankles. Just see to what extent you can lift the trunk up. You don't have to use force. Just a little bit is fine. Hold and breathe, okay? So this takes, of course, quite a lot of practice. It can be risky for people with back injuries, so don't do that if you have any back issues. But otherwise, it's a great posture. I am going to go do the full bow. You try what you can. And release, okay? Now push yourself up and come to diamond posture. When you get up early in the morning and your mind is not stable, it's best to start with yoga postures on the mat so you don't feel lightheaded. Because some of the standing postures can be a little bit more taxing. And might throw you off balance. Okay, now let's go ahead and try the pigeon. So we're going to sit on the left side, left leg folded, right leg stretched to the back if possible, thigh facing the mat, otherwise the side, and sit up. Slow deep breathing. So when you breathe, right, when your breath goes all the way down, you feel that energy there, you feel the space, you remind yourself of that space, you remind yourself of the health in that space. So that's how you try to assess the health mentally of each part of your body. As you do yoga postures, use the breath as a tool to open up and see what's happening there. Now if you can, bend forward. And come back up. Okay, now switch sides. So you're going to sit with your right leg folded, left leg to the back. Slow, deep breathing. So any posture, if you like it, if you enjoy it, you can continue doing that posture as long as you want, okay? There is some saying like Sukha Sthiti in asana. If you feel that Sukha Sthiti, you can continue as long as you want to. Even let's say you are trying some things which has to be done on both sides, and if you enjoy one side, that's fine, you can continue in that state. So instead of doing like 20, 30 asanas, try just doing 5, 6, 7 asanas in 30 minutes, enjoying each of them. That will make a difference. Now go ahead and rest the forehead on the mat. Come back up and back to Vajrasana. This time keep your knees slightly apart and rest the forehead on the mat. You can take your hands to the front so you get that good extra stretch in your back. Hold and breathe. And now back to table, and from here you transition into plank. Forward plank, hips somewhere between the shoulders and the toes, body in a good incline. And into downward dog from here. And now we want to sit on the side. Okay, so let's do the side plank. Side plank, you can practice with variations if you find it hard. So you can use the left knee to support you as you shift weight onto your arm, okay? The whole idea is to bear as much weight on your arm as possible. If you can straighten your leg. Release. Now switching sides. Plank, side plank on the other side. And release. Okay, now we are sufficiently warmed up, so you should never forget to do the forward bend. Okay, we are going to do the side forward bend. So keep your legs to the sides. I start on the left side, slowly sliding and letting go of my trunk with each and every breath. And the same side bend on the other side. And release, okay? Finally, on the mat, you want to try the reverse plank, okay? This is another thing that you should keep doing to strengthen your arms and bones. All these weight bearing postures are great for fighting osteoporosis. Engage the top of your lungs as you breathe. And release. Now slowly to transition into some standing postures, start with the squat. Okay, the squat, feet about hip width apart or slightly farther, hands in prayer position, elbows into the nook of the knees, trying to open the hip joints, deep breathing. And now slowly into half standing posture. Okay, so bend your legs at the knees, hold your hands with the other, head down. And then straighten the legs. And come up to prayer position. Try the tree posture, Vrikshasan, which is standing on one leg. Stand on your right. Fold the left into the right. You can place it anywhere. You can place it on the thigh or on the heel. So, or use a chair for support. Eyes on the ground. And release. Okay, now let's try the same on the other side. Stand on the left, fold the right into the left. Release. And standing chair. And release. Okay, now let's wrap it up with some Surya Namaskars and some meditation. Okay, walk up to 3/4 of your mat, hands in prayer position. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, standing forward bend. Inhale, left foot to the back, lunge. Downward dog. Exhale, 8-point stretch. Inhale, upward dog, downward dog, right leg ahead, lunge, standing forward bend, exhale, inhale, back bend, back to prayer position. One more time, inhale, back bend, and standing forward bend, exhale, right foot goes back, lunge, downward dog, 8-point stretch, exhale. Inhale, upward dog, downward dog, right leg stays back, lunge, standing forward bend, exhale. Inhale, back bend, back to prayer position. So that's it for the postures. Just sit down for a few. Let the breathing settle down. Rest the back of your hands on the knees. Elbows hanging down, no tension in your shoulders. Bring your focus to the Ajna chakra. Just be an observer, see what's going on. You can choose different parts of the body. Finally resting it on the wisdom chakra. say a mantra if you want to. And you should learn a couple of mantras at least. One is Om Sahana Bhavatu, and then the other one is Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacha Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakarotam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjanira Natosmi. So Patanjali actually is the founder of 3 sciences. Yogena Chittasya, which is yoga, Padena Vacha, grammar, Malam Sharirasya, through Ayurveda. So he is the founder of all of them. We recall him after every practice and thank him for what he has taught us. So you have a sense of balance in you. So try not to disturb it for the next half hour. Even, for example, taking some stimulating drink like coffee, just hold it off for some time until your body is in a state to accept it. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for attending. Keep up your practice. See you next time.